Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermorians. I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming at you over the airways on WNTF 95.5. Nevermind the Furthermore. Remember, Nevermind the Furthermore is brought to you with sales of the simple sword, the fighting axe, and the simple spear. And as always, it is brought to you with the love and support of our good friends over at the Independent Creator Directory. That's indcd.org, your one-stop shop for the best and the brightest authors, artists, and musicians. If you are looking for a place as the economy shifts and you're looking to shop American small creators to get around and avoid certain tariffs and such, consider looking at the Independent Creator Directory. We've got some great craftspeople. We've got some great authors. We've got some great musicians. It's just a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing to be part of. There are a few slots left for the use of code podcast1. I'm sorry if I seem a little out of it today. Pardon me. I am still feeling the ramifications of my exercises. When you're working with things that involve nerve damage, it can cause lasting spasms. They are much better than they were. Please don't worry too much. Just explaining if I am stuttering a little harder. That I had a spicy evening that I have to be merciful about because it's not spicy in the way that is becoming increasingly, illegal to write, sell, or propagate. It has been spicy in the less fun way. We'll get into that in a bit, but we have a lot going on. So what I'm going to do is instead of heavily promoting myself, I'm going to remind you guys that March 8th at 10 a.m. will be IndieCD.com. We are officially less than a month out. I am taking the, Mandy's going to be handling the applications for vendor space. Please reach out to us. I will be sending out reminder emails or other messages to the people I know who were there last time. It's going to be an interesting year. I'm looking forward to it because we have some real opportunities as things shift around to try to promote ourselves. And I'm going to be making some extra steps I've been in contact with a few quasi-local radio stations. So hopefully we will cast a wider net this year. I am looking forward to that. So that is going down. We have, I still have to get the demo flyer set up. We have also going on, there are several books and projects that people have been telling me that are about to be released, and I'm going through to try to remember how many of them I'm allowed to talk about. And as it occurs to me, I know a lot of things, but I'm not allowed to tell people about them, which is absolutely maddening. Now, I am wearing my lovely Hawaiian shirt. I may have to lose it because it's gone from very cold in here to very warm in here as I've set up this video. So it's one of those. I'm having a very Monday, but that's okay because we are not going to let that get us down. Accountability. I have not looked at my word count in a while. And the fact that I have to look at my word count means there is a word count. He said, nudging Trey and Amanda. Where are we? And that is not the right app. I normally have this all set up, but I set my phone down and decided to take a happy little nap. We are at 32,901 words, which means I'm about to crack 33,000 words on Haints and Hellfire. Done-wise, at that rate, yeah. I know I'm well over the halfway mark on Haints and Hellfire, so I will call that definitely a Haints and Hellfire 2. It does have another name. I am not telling you it till it is done, because I have to see which branch of interest things go. I may have to change the working name. But I will tell you, I know the name for Haints and Hellfire 3, which is part of making 2 a little rough, because I know what 3 is going to be primarily about, and I am really, really excited. So there's this whole bit of shenanigans. We also, wow. I'm sorry, my comment, I'm trying to scroll through my comment dumps so it will at least work, which means not only am I getting you guys' more bizarre comments flashing by, but I'm getting them non-sequitur. Because it's like, click, I glance at one. Did that just say, okay? It's going to be an interesting one. I will be working on Friday's piece, but as I tend to do artwork for Amanda for Valentine's Day, I can't reveal that piece until it's done, which means till she gets to see it, lest she see a spoiler when she goes on YouTube. Because we use my YouTube on the big screen. I hope you all have processed what I've just said. All right. Other news. Assuming all goes well and my new bonus doctor visits work out, I'm hoping to film at least one Nick Knows Nerf this week. I am way behind, and I'm tired of being behind. It has annoyed me. I have some artwork on the works. I have a great deal of things getting percolated for the Historical Fencing Guild. We did have a bit of a minor calamity in that we had gone on a trip out, and we had to refill the gas tank. And the chip on our card hasn't been working. The gas station's swipe wasn't working, which left us in a very interesting position. However, I had to use my card, which means in a few days I will be getting the money back to cover the purchases I want to do for the guild, because it was that or be stranded. And I'm sure everyone understands that necessity. I will remind folks, as I have been, if you are planning to make purchases of items that might be affected by the tariffs, especially like electronics, those of you who are looking for a new computer or whatever, you might want to make them sooner rather than later, because when the price on the tariffs hits all the things coming in, I am certain that the prices on everything else that are not affected in any way, shape, or form because they're already in the store will also not be jacked up. You get what I'm saying? I hope so. And so that's coming down the pipe. I'm really excited about some interesting news, again, that I have, and I can't share. Why do you guys do this to me? Well, I mean, seriously, is it perversely? Do y'all get a little bit of a jolly out of it? Because, Nick, don't tell anybody, but this is coming. Okay? So I expect the next month to be next couple weeks actually, to be very interesting. Oh dear Lord, I've got a private chat. Of course you do, Joe. Of course you do. I almost turned off the comments and went right on with the show after that one. But I know if I were to do that, he would just hold up like a dry erase marker, Nick style, in the little camera just to continue messing with me. I understand this. Now, in other news, I will be taking some commissions for some folks, or at least they're negotiating. Yes, I love you too, Joseph. Happy Valentine's Day. There is no greater gift that I can give Joseph than my continued and publicized suffering. Okay, now, with that, things are scrambled. Things have been up in the air. I've had contact with a few people I was concerned about, but all of it in the minutes leading up to the stream. So it's been a fun one. I'm going to run Joe's ad, and then I'm going to get to your chat because I realize I'm feeling a little flustered, and the best thing I can do is get this day rolling because some days you have that. And I am not wearing my neck knife, so I don't quite feel where I'm supposed to be. So we're going to listen to Joe. I'm going to get into your comments. I'm sure that'll provoke more Monday Morning Madness, and we will get going. I do not mind stumbling into a Monday. That's what Mondays are for. I just have to find out how far I am stumbling into a Monday. And with that, as we all stumble forward and make it happen, let's look at the best option to get started on that. All right, let's get into the comments and see what's going on in your worlds. Well, we got a comment dump. Give it a second. All righty. Morning, all. Good morning, Trelane. I hope you're having a good one. I know she is because I've chatted with her a little bit. Thank you for letting me shake my fist at all the kids on my lawn, so to speak, because I've woken up in a fairly surly mood, and I try not to bring that energy to the screen. Hey, Donna, as she's greeting Trey, and we got greetings from Carl and the Witzman dude. And great job on the you-know-what, Trey. So she has done the full-on victory pose without being flash frozen, but that doesn't creep me out in any way, shape, or form. I love when you guys do that. Okay, hey, Donna and Carl. Accountability. Did my job and played bird and butterfly videos for the cats this morning. Rock on. Oh, man of war mother. I am glad that you guys have a good deal on those, but I will not advertise those per my terms of service. Well, if you have it in your budget, I'm not stopping you. Not till next week, unless I could find an override for a week. I trust you. Oh, I love how the complex monetary systems that they have that works for them. I suppose I need to send that D.B. Cooper story to a publisher. Not sure how many found it in Leafy Moss. Some of us truly love D.B. Cooper. And good morning, folks. Hey, Joe. There will be a Behind the Code tonight. We'll be setting up a profile for Tara Saibo. New Coke. Trelena sister. I'm having trouble saying it without going C-star. Because I know those two too well. And they make this slee stat kind of sound at each other. And also going over a new feature that's going to be launched once I work through some of the bugs. And hi, Foxy. Foxy's waddled in. And good morning, Dawn. And Dawn, of course, is the creative mind behind her. Where are they? Oh, I scrolled too far. That's my problem. Fanciful felines. Pausing for the squee. You can read about them on Facebook. And we've got more greetings and greetings and greetings. And yes, the infamous sister of Trey. New Coke, mother of Cherry Coke. The Burning is Love will be, The Burning is Yarn for Wednesday will be scheduled later today. I'm thinking of a new name might be for that show in the near future, though. Crafting Corner or something, LOL, perhaps. Morning, creatives at play. Yeah, there's a lot more than Yarn and Burning. Indie CD show and tell. Also, you guys are just bouncing. Don't mind me, brain isn't braining yet. That's fine. And Thesis is greeting everyone. Good morning, Thesis. Indie Create. And good morning. Ooh, Indie off the rails. No. I'm going to tell you right now, don't put that evil on them. There's no hope then. And where's Kitty? She came up with a great name for Trey's manual review show. She could do something here too. Perhaps, probably still asleep. Hey, Thesis. And Thesis is not only trying to enlist a name, but trying to manifest the selection of a jingle right there with the welcome to the craft zone. And let's see, the comments first ones all reference Foxy stuff, and then crochet teddy bears to the okay. You do not want me to attempt to spring. Oh, do you want that added to the stage, or are you just mocking me, Joe? I think it's been added, and it is a gradient with a water patterned ripple logo. The only reason I am not praying subvocally is my brain is clashing, thank you, between English and Latin at the moment. And that's trying really hard to settle into the realm of Boondock Saints. We really don't want me having shipping up to Boston running through my head on a Monday morning. Oh, dear God, too late. And good morning, Grant. And Grant's here, so I know what I need to do.
Finally, it's time for the follow-up to the hit modern fantasy comic book, Beowulf. Victor, the reincarnation of the legendary warrior Beowulf, is plagued by visions of his ancestor facing off against his most infamous rivals, Grendel and Grendel's mother. Victor, with his lovable sidekick and spirit guide Moony the cat with magic powers, must reevaluate everything they've come to believe in this epic adventure. Were Grendel and Grendel's mother actually the monsters they were portrayed as in storybooks? Could somebody be using dark magic in an attempt to resurrect Grendel and his mother in a petty act of revenge? For the answers to these mysteries, plus plenty of action, humour and magic, check out Beowulf, Grendel's Curse. This is a 3-issue miniseries, with each issue being over 30 pages. Get it now for a limited time on Kickstarter.
It's such a great project to see that Grant and so many people are actually pulling off. We have good morning. Morning, Grant. There will be Grant draws tonight. Rock on. Do you have a guest, or will it just be you tonight? Hello, Trey. And everyone's greeting Grant. We're going through the greetings and the greetings. I've been productive today. Rock on. I was productive today. I was productive yesterday. Work continues on my secret project. And Trey, the Armored Rose should be delivered today. I consider the Armored Rose, and normally this would be a historical fencing guild kind of subject, and I try not to overlap the shows too much, but this is one that I deem remarkably important to be required reading when working with female students, especially. Because I consider, having spoken to so many women have been driven from martial arts by people who didn't understand the basic biological differences, and so many more of them have been hurt physically and emotionally by believing the misconception that they are somehow less effective or incompetent because the techniques that, while driven by different cultures across the board, fail to adapt to the fact that women do indeed have biomechanically different physiology than men. This is not a commentary on social roles or any of that BS. This is pure wrist structure, hip structure, point of balance, center of balance, that is. I'm sorry. I deal with so many blades. My brain goes to point of balance, not center of balance. I hope you read that literally as quickly as possible while you're working with women for both their continued ability to do martial arts of any sort and their continued ability to do so safely. If it seems like I'm taking a dire and serious tone on this matter, that's because it is a dire and serious matter. And I do take that quite deadly serious because I've spent the last 20 years dealing with the ramifications of people who were partially, or in many cases, deliberately taught ways that caused them pain and damage as a way to apply to basically keep women out of the martial arts. So it is something I am beyond passionate about and borderline of a philosophical crusade if one looks at my current missions. So, yes, by all means, read The Armored Rose. And if you are a writer, especially, and you are interested in understanding sword fighting, especially, I would say, high Middle Ages to early to mid Middle Ages, because Sword and Shield is a very old style, European, you will find that to be a really useful reference point, especially, and this may sound niche, but there are a lot of great YA authors who are writing fantasy books in a very specific niche arc of young women who learn to sword fight where it is not necessarily culturally common for women to do so. Some of the chief books that come to mind are the works of Tamora Pierce, being The Song of the Lioness. I'm trying to remember Caladri's books in that series as well, because she has multiple series set in the same fantasy setting. But they're all very, very good. And please don't sleep on the concept of YA books. Simply because they are geared towards younger readers does not make them inferior. It just makes them oftentimes a little easier to read. And frankly, sometimes it's nice to watch something that's a little lighter on the darker aspects of fiction. You know, it's like sometimes I want to watch an old Disney movie because I know the gore isn't going to scare Xander, you know? So you have that. Don't forget to like and share, folks. I was looking away and heard my voice. Start time! Yes. I'm excited to see what you and Foxy think of it. I am too. Morning, everyone. Greetings to all I missed. Morning, Josh. Morning, Trey. Hey, Josh. Hey, Donna. You're fine, Nick. Well, thank you. IndieCD.com. Yes, I will be doing taxes this morning. I am impressed. Morning, Dawn. Dawn is giving the bird to Josh. Good morning, everyone. Hello, Chris Walker. Hope you all had an enjoyable weekend. It was an interesting weekend. Like I said, for me, it was the first implementations of my new physical therapy, which left me, frankly, in some pretty sorry condition while I popped huge amounts of my joints back into socket because of some of my medical conditions that I've been saying, well, yes, and the doctor's going, but you have this and this. And I'm going, well, yes, I told you all this. I thought you understood when I said this all happens. Yes, but we've never seen it. Apparently, going to a physical therapist and having your back look like like you're part dinosaur because so many of your vertebrae aren't where they're supposed to be. You have a spinal ridge, spinal like spikes, and then you go through the hideously agonizing physical therapy and pop it back into joint. Your spine is smooth by the end. They look at you funny. Morning, Chris. Hey, Chris. Hey, Chris. And if I seem snarky, it's because I've spent 15 years telling people that this is going on, and they're like, wow, this is going on. Thank you for the Green Room folks that helped me with the formula. You rock. I missed the Green Room one night, and all manner of shenanigans happened. I swear. I have a feeling there will be a three-peat squee today. I hope so. I was happy to stay far away from it and help by not screwing it up. Okay. We all have our strengths, Foxy. I can't bend a wire to make it look pretty for nothing. Indeed, I plan to I play to my strengths when I can. Excellent. Oh, wait. What do we have here? Protector of the Small. Caladri Protector of the Small. Very good. Has glaives and pole arms. We love some pole arms around these parts. Oh, and yes, Joe, it did look cool. It just also looked like it was custom made to make me twitch, which I imagine it was. I'm going to post a few mock-ups on Facebook page in a bit. I'm going to try a few different fonts. That book helped me put into words things I knew innately but couldn't explain out. I understand. It helped me so much as an armorer. Oh my gosh. Protector of the Small is Kel series, yes. And new name and logo, Squee number 4. Yes, I'm behind. It happens. I love y'all. You mixed in with my genres. Oh, YA mixed in. Why? But love you too. Okay, I'll take either. Yeah, physical therapists sometimes are great at stating the obvious. Oh, you're working on a spreadsheet and got stuck. I see myself in this gradient and I don't like it. Wow. Wow, Carl. And LOL, Carl, I'm running an ad. Oh, wait, no, I'm not. We all know that I can't do a logo. It saved my life. And gradients make easy background. I'm going to run an ad now because today is one of those days.
In 1948, a man was found dead on the beach. But he hadn't just washed up. Oh no, he was very nicely propped up against the seawall, very well dressed. But there were no labels in his clothes. They had all been cut out. Very mysterious, the police thought. And then they found, rolled up in his pocket, a piece of paper from a novel that said Tamam Shud. When they finally traced it, it came back to the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. But it got even more strange, because in the back of the book, when they found that it had been torn out of, there was a code, a secret code that has not been cracked to this very day. When they finally found a suitcase, it had a mysterious jumble of items, some which were very hard to explain. Also in the back of the book was the phone number of a very mysterious nurse. What did she have to do with the death of the Somerton man? Find Death and Love Down Under, a novel by Carl Witzman, on Lulu.com in both ebook and print format.
Don't mind me. That had nothing to do with anything. All righty. Now, Joe, if only there was a place where with artistic talent where artistic talent was listed. Oh God. Joe, if only you knew a site where you could find artists in one easy to find grab that work for minimal things. I'm excited to announce five confirmed. Rock on with 4 more interested. Happy dance. I'm glad to hear that from you, Dawn. I could reach out to have a logo created, but I think most people would expect a gradient when it comes to something I am working. The customers always write in matter of taste. In matters of taste. Therefore, all reality, no insanity makes Nick a dull boy. Okay, arrangements can be made. But, yeah, guys, I know today's coming in a little off today. Today's coming in a little off today, he said. That was brought to you by the Office of Redundancy Office. Yes, the Office of Redundancy Office, also known as the Department of Redundancy Department. And yes, those two titles are, whoa, okay. Bread has a striped tail. Bread has a striped tail. Now, why this matters to you guys watching the stream and not to me, is Trelena is merrily attempting to crochet black on black. And I see a red door, and I want to paint it black. Anyway, as she's doing so, I see her focused, and I kind of feel the little smile of seeing my dear friend toiling away at something she enjoys in a truly obnoxious fashion. Not that she's being obnoxious, but the project is. And I see the striped tail just arc over. And the 80s born, warped aspect of the back of my mind yelled loudly, "Sandworm!" and expected Michael Keaton to come running by. Well, actually, Michael Keaton playing the ghost of Batman. Think about it. Think about it. Yes, I'm going to be first to say that Beetlejuice is actually the ghost of Batman / Bruce Wayne. Won't be the first to say it, but I will certainly say that, and I consider that somewhat headcanon. There are days. It's kind of a striped gradient trail. The random acts of kindness, once again, feels like it needs to be rebuilt and resurrected. Maybe, just maybe it's time to make a proper Plastidip version of the random acts of kindness. You know, something with a little more weight to it. Remember, you always want to work on your follow-through. Nah, I love Joe. I'll see myself out now. And he did for just a moment. LOL. Speaking of cats, it's Callie Day here, the day he was adopted. Oh, congrats to Callie. Happy Callie Day. After he reads that comment, he might try to throw something through the screen at me. No. I will just park my car at a certain park and walk down to your house, shuffling my feet the entire way, and lean in and touch the frame of your basement door window. Like, hi, Joe. No, I would never do that because that would nuke my tech support too. However, I fully expect him to meet me with an EMF meter and some kind of degaussing agent, you know? Silly Joe. Aw, Carl. Yeah, it's adorable. Now, everybody has to vent sometimes. Everybody's got to vent sometimes. But we vent and we move on. We do not dwell, my friends. This week is set up to be a very, very interesting one for a lot of us. I know Valentine's Day hits some in our community basically like a sledgehammer to the nether regions of your body and your heart at the same time. I spent many, many years there. And honestly, Mandy and I both spent enough years there that there's almost the why would we want to do anything on Valentine's Day? It's amateur hour all over the place. What I recommend is on Valentine's Day, if you have an established relationship, You guys find a couch-like object in your home, apartment, traveling caravan, whatever. Watch something you enjoy, a romantic movie about powerful women. Jurassic Park. And then we celebrate that most sacred of American capitalistic holidays. Half off chocolate day. However, reality and no insanity makes Nick a dull boy. I'm so glad I opened my eyes because I left it over the block from add to stage, removed from stage, because Joe was kind enough to share that. I almost accidentally added Trey to stage, trying to take it down, because it is definitely one of those. And let's see, Silly Joe, all Carl. Yay, half chocolate day. Abso-fragging-lutely. I just ignore those usually, but thank you. There was a comment starred for me to miss. Probably yet another bot. Unless it was one of the many Gregs from Homestar Runner. That is a deep cut. I understand that's a deep cut. But it could have been Math Greg or D&D Greg or, one of the other Gregs. My favorite part is the amateurs who've been in relationships for weeks desperately trying to prove... Oh. My favorite part of Valentine's Day is the amateurs who've been in relationships for weeks or months trying desperately to prove something. All right. Advice from someone who's been actually legally married for just about a quarter of a century. Don't Valentine's Day. Look at your significant other and go, let me explain. I can spend too much to take you out. And we can. If you have to do a grand gesture for Valentine's Day, you're not doing enough every other day. And yes, I've tried to do grand gestures for Mandy in the past and in recent years. However, I have no tolerance to hold a secret that would make her happy back. So what happens with any gift-giving holiday is I end up getting Mandy like 5 presents because I find or order or make her something and it's supposed to be a surprise. But why should I make her wait? And then I sit there and I'm like, I want to see her be happy. So why should I wait? And then she gets it. And then I'm like, oh, crud. I have to do something else for the actual holiday. This repeats 5 or 6 times or until Amazon delays the order so much that I can't do that. And I catch flack. You see, you get that. I'm glad. And see. And every day is Valentine's Day in this house. Indeed, Carl. Oh, Witzman, dude, I get that. I get that. And I could wait, but Joe could use this right now. You see? You see? Why do I love those two? You see? But yeah, Valentine's Day is like New Year's Eve for drinkers. Okay? I hate to put it that way. It is or Halloween for metaphysicalists. All the amateurs go out and get stupid. Why would you do that? having a nice card or cards available is a good idea. As I have said before, cards in my house tend to have mana symbols. But yes, appreciate the but. The but is good. Yep, that'll appear someday. And we'd like to. And Nick, you said during one of your programs, and we quote, "The but is good." Would you like to expound on that statement? Well, Senator, the but is good. Yes, we ask you to expound on that. The but is good. Next question, please. Why don't you run for political office, Nick? Well, you see, I've been streaming for many years as someone of a unique mental perspective. I don't want to say unique mental health because y'all done caught up with me between surviving 2020 and recent events. So I'm not sure my mental situation is all that unique anymore. But it's sort of like, the people, y'all are new poor, we're old poor. We've been here a while. Y'all are new nuts. Well, shoot, we're old nuts. Don't worry about it. You get used to it. Yeah, I heard they got them pajamas now. They're like grippy socks all over. That way, if you fall on the floor, you don't slide into the wall. You just go and stick there till an orderly can pick you right back up. I am just in a mood. Right, Dawn? That's why we're doing El Toro Wednesday at noon. Okay. To clarify anyone whose brain went where I went with that, they are referring to the restaurant, not the luchador. As interesting as Carl and Donna having recreational activities with a very large mask-wearing luchador, as all luchadors usually should be if their honor is intact, they are referring to the restaurant. Unless, of course, they're planning to be at the Danville Coliseum this Wednesday at noon, for the 2-on match of the century. On one side of the ring, two authors who really should be at home with their cats. On the other side of the ring, El Toro Muerte, the Bull Death, the luchador to end all luchadors. Wait, who's that sneaking around out there? Randy Orton! RKO! Anyway, yesterday at lunch at one of our favorite places, meet the bartender. Is it usually busy here V-Day? Bartender. Just for those who forgot to make reservations at fancy places. Me, we may be back Friday night. Tap House is usually overrun on V-Day. You have to make reservations or you're SOL. Man, I could go for a rodeo cheeseburger. I'm not going to lie. My problem is I could go for a rodeo cheeseburger right now. It's almost a constant thing. And Ted and I do dinner out every Friday night. We won't let crazies interrupt our weekly plans. Well, you're regulars. Regulars are a whole different entity. They should get priority because they're the ones who are there every week paying your bills. And once again, the feline sandworm runs amok. And now that's going to run through my head every time I glance down and see an unexpected bread tail. Trelana Bachman as Lydia Dietz. She's just definitely in that class. Like I said on Saturday Screens, ain't no way I'm trying to go out Friday night. No reservation, no table. So we go out on Saturday. Works for me, just like crowds anyway. Oh, the non-slip. The non-slip comment made me laugh and choke at the same time. I do know at least one, if not multiple, fashion lines that are both wonderful evening wear and incorporate, shall we say, hug me myself jackets that could be very beneficial for those of you taking your spouses out for Valentine's Day who may not be socially acceptable in their behavior. Oh, God. Yeah, the El Toro restaurant. It's not a sexy cosplay featuring a bullfight. Yet. Not yet, Edgar. Nick is giving us ideas. He's good at that. Amok, amok, amok. Unexpected bread tail. Oh, I never thought I would heat in my lifetime. Now, I know that was a typo, but adding heat into it just makes you know, what's this? I did a loaf. And, there's Dawn in full baker gear. Unexpected bread tail. And it's, a perfect cat-shaped. That would be so troubling. Yes, guys. What was that squeaky thing? Well, all the news that starts with orange has made my mind crack open like a rusty door hinge. I am coming unhinged, folks, and I am okay with that. And while I'm coming unhinged, you should too. Here's a tune to help you get there.
It's time to scan, that is the plan, with Carl and Dawn to catch a fawn or unicorn. We're so forlorn, we got a cap, so here's our rep. Munsey, we want to Munsey, because we want some points and funny badges with our modern cell phone gadgets. Munsey, we've got to Munsey. Download that app and help us cap, and you can play it too. Munsey is good exercise, good for your heart and for your thighs. Dawn is such a lovely lass. Come on, Dawn, get off your chair. Munsey, we want to Munsey, because we want some points and funny badges with our modern cell phone gadgets. Munsey, we got to Munsey. Download that app and help us cap, and you can play it too.
I did not scream chair because if I scream today, the screaming might not stop. We are coming into that Monday with that energy, folks. And it has been a very, very manic Monday. Chair. Yes. Some days you just have to deal with it. You roll with the punches and the punts and dodge the curb stomps to the best of your ability, because retaining one's teeth does help eating later. And wonderful, Foxy's voice is almost back to normal. Rock on. And what is this comment? Oh, no. No. Click. Not one of you guys. You don't need to worry. I may be talking about some of my purchases in the near future, but I won't right now because I'm trying to give them a chance to be merciful. I am being merciful, my friends. I do want to shout out a few things because I said I would for a while. I want to shout out my Sean Henderson over at Glorious Collectibles. I don't know if the sale is still going on. I think it's over, but $20 a pack, $20 a commander deck is cheaper than you will find it literally anywhere else. And he does not use proxies. I am not sponsored by him in any way, shape, or form. I just really like what he's doing at a time where everyone else is taking and trying to get extra profit. Anybody who responds with, hey, people are getting profit shanked, I'm going to drop my prices for a sale, that's somebody I want to build up. I also want to talk about some other great folks while we're waiting. So here's somebody who's been putting up with my shenanigans for far too long. Alrighty, let's see what we got in the comments today. Cat went. Oh, Trace already done some ordering? Or are you waiting for the ones that I ordered for you? Rock on. Yeah, I moved the wrong shoulder cramp. Yes. I am one solid cramp from about the rib cage down, which is part of why I'm also rather chipper right now. I understand. I hope it gets let go and you get feeling better, kiddo. Let's see. I also want to remind folks Foxy's got an arm cramp. I'll give her this.
Hi, I'm Auntie Foxy, and I'm a crafting addict. I make custom jewelry from recycled materials, and Foxy has wares if you have coin. You can find me at ndcd.org/about-auntie-foxy. I hope to see you there.
Hello, I'm Dan Hallfield. I'm the senior editor and publisher of Abelian Webzine, the world's oldest free creative writing e-zine since 1997. Since then, we have helped over 500 amateur writers learn what they needed to turn pro. www.aphelion-webzine.com and read not only what we've got going on right now, but 28 years worth of our archives of stories. Thank you very much.
Well, sorry. I accidentally grabbed onto a ad and it started floating around, so I had to nail it down.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a tale of irreverent holiday horror, told with much inappropriate humor. Dr. Victor Frankenstein creates the spirit of giving himself. Ho, ho, ho. Santastein, or the post-holiday Prometheus. Available at Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Let's see. And poor Nick needs a hot tub. So do I. Yeah, it is definitely hot tub mania right now. Yeah, Santastein worked. It did. I was very pleased that. Nailing it down sounds painful. At this point, it sounds on par. And that's okay, too. We got to do what we got to do. And that means sometimes making uncomfortable decisions to make progress. I'm expecting a lot to be done by Wednesday. I'm actually rather excited about the upcoming run, despite some Okay. Then I have no backup for it at all. Well, let me look around to see if I have a backup for it, because once something goes into these, if you guys don't know, we can't get it back out. So I'm pretty sure I have a backup somewhere. Oh, it's fixed now? Oh, good. Go do slow. Yes, ma'am. That's basically my plan, is to, as soon as it lets up enough that I can stand, I will go waddling my happy way through. So I back up everything since 1996. Hey, man, Y2K. If you know, you know. And let's see, I want to run a couple more. I'm still here, folks. All right, and where's that zip drive? Oh, God. Enjoy that. My first AV project was on a zip disk. Made an ad for the Jackie Chan movie Drunken Master. Of course he did. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, man. Oh. Hound of Lythcorius, you are, if anything, consistent, my friend. That is so you. Backing data up is a smart thing to do, and I know I have it. It's just figuring out where, because I am smart, but I am disorganized. Now, friends, let me see if one other ad is working, because I don't feel right ending my stream without it. So,
hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel, but otherwise, I'm Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my rock and roll art army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see, and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
I just want to go into things with that attitude. Okay. Oh, wow. There's a comment error. Here we go. Nothing worse than getting your floppy disk stuck in zip drive. No. Nope. I saw the trap there. I saw the trap, and I'm not going to have to green room myself on the way out. Nice try there, Joseph. With that, nope, y'all. You have a lovely day. Keep writing, keep drawing, keep creating, because as long as you do, you can edit it, you can improve it, but you can't edit a blank page. I will see you Wednesday for the art stream, and then probably Friday for the next episodes of Nevermind the Furthermore. I love you, and you should too, Toodles, folks.